basically now internationally. And I've been to every kind of high school that you could possibly imagine, every venue that you could possibly imagine. And I want you to know that from my heart of hearts, and last name Coach Stein needs is a reference for me. It doesn't get any better than it does here. This physical plant, I mean, this school, you walk in here, and it's unbelievable. And you have an unbelievable football reputation here. It's phenomenal. And I go back way farther than you guys do at National Central. I go all the way back to Joe Bundy, which would have been 19...
He started in 1984.
1984.
And he finished in 2006.
It's just built. And this man right here, I think he's one of the premier high school coaches in the state. I can't speak for the whole country, but I can't speak for the state. And I'm not saying that, Coach, we go back far for me to try to say something about you that I don't believe. And I think really what you as parents have to understand, and the young people that play football here, is it doesn't get any better than this. Follow me around sometime when I'm recruiting. Follow me around to some of the schools I've been. Follow me around to some of the states that I've been, the cities that I've been in. You really need to understand this is a very special place. And never take that for granted. Sometimes we don't see the forest for the trees. We just don't. You come here to Naperville Central, we've got a beautiful school. Where else have you been? What else have you seen? I can tell you that this is really, really, really a neat spot. And you are blessed to be here, and your sons are blessed to be in this football. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You're entering the recruiting process probably during one of the most complicated times ever. Not for the least bit of which is social media. There are no secrets in recruiting. There are no secrets out on the street. There are no secrets between college coaches. Social media has really exploded the football process, the football recruiting process. The other thing is, no one's ever said they started too early. You've got, Coach, I think you mentioned the quarterback in Bolingbrook that offered by Minnesota, a sophomore. Nick Saban and Les Miles offered an 8th grader a couple years ago. Do I agree with that? Totally not. Do they agree with it? Probably totally not. But they have to do it to keep up with the Joneses. So understand that the process starts a lot earlier. When I came to recruit some of you guys, I came when you were a junior, and I evaluated your film, and then I decided whether I was going to recruit you or not. Those days are completely over. You can't start early enough. Nobody's ever told me they started early enough. People have told me they wish I had started earlier, but no one's ever said they started early enough. With that being said, I just want to talk briefly, not about emails, not about social media, not about phone calls, not about camps, not about combines. When I was out of the recruiting business, so to speak, Dave Kaplan from WGN, who I knew, I did a lot of color commentating for ESPN. Dave was my partner on the air, and he called me and he said, Bobby, he said, I want to have you on my show, and I want you to talk about the recruiting process as you remember it, as it is now. But I only want you to talk about the 3 most important things. And I said, David, I did this for 26 years. Do you think I can really boil it down to 3 things? He said, Bobby, I know you, and the show's 3 hours. Okay? So, as I was driving through South Bend, and I started to think about guys I recruited. Why did I recruit Jerry Jackson and not somebody else? Why did I recruit Pete Brett Blenders and somebody else? Why did I recruit Desmond Howard and not somebody else? And it came down to me that these are the 3 most important things. And if you believe in these 3 things, and if your son carries out these 3 things, he will have a chance to be recruited before any tweet, Twitter, or anything else. And I want you to carry this message to him, because these things are important. And I'm going to start with number 3, which is actually the only one that has anything to do with football. And that's to play hard on every single play. Every play. Why? Because you never, ever know who's watching. The one play you take off may be the only play that a college coach has no opinion of you. You've got to play hard on every play. And when does that start? His first snap tomorrow. Because it shows respect for the game. It shows respect for the fact that you are a great teammate. I was watching a show with John Gruden, the ESPN draft show, about 4 or 5 years ago. He was on there with Ron Jaworski. And a guy was drafted in the first round. And Shaw said to Gruden, how can you take this guy in the first round? What are his measurables? They're not that good. This 40 time, not bad. Not great, not good, okay? And Gruden said, put the tape on. And the kid was a defensive lineman, but this side of the field, the wide side of the field was there. There was a pitch out to a running back, and as that running back went down the field that way, this was a defensive lineman. He went and cut him off and made a game-saving tackle. He said, that's why you recruit that kid, because he plays hard on every single play. I can teach a technique, whatever the position is. The only way I know how hard your son wants to play or measure his heart is to watch him play to see how hard he plays. The second day, the same show, Jaworski says to John Gruden, what's the deal with this guy? How did he last till the 4th round? John said, put the tape on. He put the tape on. He said, you see that? That was a great play. He said, watch the next 2 plays. The guy did nothing. John said, I can't coach that. That has to come from the heart. So the third most important thing is to play hard on every single play. No matter what the score is, no matter how hot it is, no matter how cold it is, play hard on every play, because you never know who's watching. Number 2, you better be the best student that you can possibly be. Don't you as a parent accept a C grade. If I ask your sons who wants to be a mediocre football player, none of them would raise their hand. I want to be the best I can be, coach. I want to be the best I can be. We better be the best you can be in the classroom also. Because the higher the grade point average, the more opportunities that will come your way. I've got some guys now that I'm dealing with that would love to go play in the Ivy League. And they could play in the Ivy League. But they're not going to play in the Ivy League. You know why? They don't have the GPA. They don't have the test score. They didn't think it was important. And if you as a parent, don't you accept that C grade. If he comes home and he has a test and he has a C on it, you tell him or you go see that instructor. Sir, ma'am, I was talking to this football coach, college football coach. My son wants to play college football. He told me the magic number is 3.0. That's the base for a guy that wants to play. Then you get that 3.2, 3.4, 3.5, 4.0. It opens so many more windows. And it also, from a selfish standpoint, will give you an opportunity to get more scholarship money if he's not a Division I player. They will find ways to get a great student more money if he has good grades. Don't accept that C grade. Some of you, it applies to some of you it doesn't. Some of you are saying, like, well, my son's got a 3.8. Get that 4.0 and get the best score you can possibly get. And get some coaching before you take that test. Hit that 30, hit that 31. And you combine that with great grades, and the opportunities are going to be throughout the United States of America. And then number 1, you better possess great character. You better possess great character. And what is great character? Doing volunteer work at the homeless shelter. Doing volunteer work at the Veterans Hospital. Doing volunteer work in the special ed department at the school. Those things reflect great character, because your son right now is applying for a job if he wants to play college football. And one part of that job is to be a college football player and to be a college student. What's on his resume that separates him from another guy I'm looking at? And believe me when I tell you, we have a young guy that works for us right now. He's worked 4 years in the Notre Dame admissions department. I wish he was here today to talk to you, because he talks about the value of extracurricular activities on your son's transcript. They will take a lesser student from time to time, but a more well-rounded student into the freshman class. And the other thing about great character is this, and I know I'm probably preaching to the choir here, but I'd be remiss not to mention this. I would be remiss not to mention this. He needs to stay drug and alcohol free. Drugs right now are just so rampant. And alcohol. They got 8th graders coming to school, under the weather because they've been out all night. It happens. And you say, well, my son wouldn't do that. You make sure you tell him that he not only can do that, he cannot associate or be around other young people that do those kind of things. He needs to be around the other young people that are goal-oriented the way you want him to be goal-oriented. Because I will tell you, that fast, in the wrong place, at the wrong time, could change the course of his life. Maybe it's at a gym, maybe it's at a fast food place, maybe it's at a playground someplace, some guy that is in school with him, maybe the guy's smoking the wrong thing, maybe he's drinking. I've seen guys stick their hands in an open car in a parking lot, take somebody's cell phone or whatever. I was recruiting one of the greatest kids that I ever recruited from the southwestern part of the state of Michigan. 3.839 GPA, 4.540, 6.263, extracurricular activities, the whole package, the total package. He visited to go on to college and do great things and get a great education. I called this coach, I said, Coach, we've got a 5 week in a couple of weeks. Can I come by school? Can I visit with you? Can you arrange this for me? And he said, yes, I can, Bobby. He said, but I want to tell you before you come here, he does not play football at my school anymore. And I said, Coach, did he transfer? No. Career-ending injury? No. Quit? No. He and 9 other guys were arrested at a party near Lake Michigan, on the western part of the state. There was alcohol, there was marijuana. The police came, took everybody down to the police station, called the superintendent, called the head football coach, called the parents. They all came down there. They were arrested. The school superintendent deemed this. Anybody who was with that group, anybody that was arrested that night is excluded from extracurricular activities in athletics. I said to the coach, do you really think that this kid did anything wrong? He said, Bobby, I certainly did. But he's my best football player. He was there. And one night, do you think I could have really gone to Coach Holtz, I want to recruit this kid, except he was arrested, and now he doesn't play high school football anymore? Doesn't happen. So you can't be around it. Just that quick second in the parking lot someplace, standing next to somebody. Make sure he understands that. And really put that in his head. Don't let his life be changed by some joker who's got a lot less to lose than he does. Those 3 things, character, academics, play hard on every play, and he will have a chance to be recruited. Now getting into just a couple of specifics, okay? A couple of specifics. Number 1, less than 1% of all high school football players get Division I scholarships. It's actually 0.8%. Don't get Division I-itis. Don't get it. Because there are 500 to 600 schools across the country where your son can have a phenomenal experience on the field, off the field, and educationally. You need to keep an open mind. Less than 1%. So when you get that letter from Ohio State, hypothetically, and then you get one from Ohio Wesleyan, you treat both of those letters with the same respect. Because at the end of the day, you don't know where that opportunity is going to lie. I did this 26 years. I've seen at the end of the road on signing day, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So make sure every letter, keep every single option open, and understand that there is money out there at the Division II level. There's money at the NIA level. There's money at the Division III level. We have a young man playing basketball now at Columbia for the grand total sum of $3,000 a year. Because our guy knew how to find him the money. And it's not where you go to school, it's what you do with that education. I happen to have had a number of heroes in my life. Number 1, my dad. And then number 1, Pete Banaszak, the great fullback from the Oakland Raiders. I identified with Pete. He was Polish, slow, and short. I said, man, that's me. Then it was Ara Parseghian. Loved Ara, late Ara Parseghian. I wanted to coach like Ara Parseghian. But then in my adult life, as you start to look around, and I'm a veteran, okay? Everybody knows who General Colin Powell is. General Colin Powell is probably one of the greatest examples of a patriot and an American that we've ever had. Where did General Colin Powell go to college? Maybe one of the most influential people in the world at one time. I use him as an example. Anybody have an idea? Only 2 people in about 15 years have got this answer correct. Anybody? Army? No, I didn't go Army. Harvard? Yale? No. Stanford? Notre Dame? Michigan? City College of New York. It's like getting on Yale on Lake Street and getting off that Wabash and going to Harold Washington College. So understand, it's not where you go to school. It's what you do with that education. And I say this all the time. When Northwestern lines up on a given day and plays Illinois, whether it's in Champaign or whether it's up in Evanston, and Illinois Benedictine plays North Central College down the street, that is no less important to those kids than it is to those kids playing in another game. It's still football. It's the relationships. It's the lessons you learn through football. And maybe, yes, it's a way to get your college paid for. So understand that. Keep your options open. The other thing is this. I know this man probably from the day he stepped in the door here and before. I knew his dad when his dad coached. This man right here is as well respected by college coaches as anybody you will find. But I will tell you this, he cannot get your son a scholarship. He can't do it. There was a day when I started school at Memphis State a long, long time ago. There were 80 freshmen in my recruiting class. 80. Those numbers now are down to 25 or 30. There was a time where a high school coach could call a college coach, and he'd say, well, you know what? I got a kid, you know, he hasn't played a lot, but I want you to take a chance on this kid. You can do that. You can't do that anymore. His duty right now that he has toward you, or his obligation, number one, show a good DVD. Number two, show a good transcript. And number three, vouch for his character. Vouch for his character. And I will tell you, somebody right here in this audience is having a problem because your son had to switch positions. Okay? Don't be that mom. I used to say dad on the 30-yard line screaming over the fence. Why are we running a spread offense? This guy has no idea what he is doing. If you're that parent, call him. Come and see him. How can we put this behind us? I know I haven't been as supportive as I should be. You don't need to be president of the Booster Club, but you do need to be supportive. You criticize your coach to your son, what chance does he have to really put his entire faith in that coach? That's critically important. And I don't care if your son leaves here and goes and plays for Brian Kelly at Notre Dame and then Bill Belichick with the New England Patriots. Neither one of those coaches will be as important in his life as he will be. That is a fact. Every guy you talk to in the NFL or whatever, always go back to my high school coach. My brother-in-law Donnie played 9 years for the Seattle Seahawks. 9 years. And he was the last original Seahawk, and he was interviewed on ESPN. They said, Donnie, you played for the iconic coach Sheffield. You played for this coach with the Seahawks. You played for that coach. Who was the most influential coach in your life? And he said, my junior high coach at Jackson Middle School, Coach Metcalf. And that's a fact. So understand, he cannot get a scholarship for your son. And then finally, in closing, I will say this, okay? What we do, why I do what I do is because I have a passion for recruiting. I can't tell you that I know a lot about a lot of things. But I will tell you this, you will not, I'm not embellishing myself, you won't find another person on the face of the earth that has had more experience in the recruiting process than I have. You will not find another person that can pick up a phone and call any college coach and get a return phone call the way I can. And I only say that, again, not bragging. I'm saying it because I know what I do. I know we do it well. And if you decide you want us to help you along the way somehow, I'd be more than happy to do so. I appreciate your time. Have a great, great year. And appreciate this place and what you have. Thank you.